Well,
And I'm gonna expense that 2 gold pieces to Volmo, so I'll get it back. So I don't care.
Expense it. Put it on your plan, on your tab.
Well, Dante says he's pretty eager to get down to the warehouse. He's, flying snake tattoo. It seems to go together.
It's a good lead. It's a good solid lead.
Yeah, I was surprised nobody said anything when I said something about the flying snake on the door a couple of minutes ago. I thought all of you would have been, so that's it, the flying snake! But I'll tell you what, I'll give you guys 2 inspiration for that. And you guys have done excellent role play. So if you do not have an inspiration, everybody can have one again. So if you don't have one, you get one, and then I'll give you an extra one where you can all choose who gets an extra. So one of you will have 2, and everybody else will have 1.
Serafina, you can have that.
Well, I was going to say you, because, you've been doing a lot of the talking and questioning.
Yeah, I'd say you as well.
And remember, you guys can give your inspiration to one another, too, so don't forget you can do that.
I forgot I could talk.
Is Roocraft going to be a deaf
sell
mute?
Yourself short, man.
So at this point, is it safe to say that it looks like we've stumbled into the middle of a guild war between Xanathar and possibly the Zentarum?
I'll tell you what, putting 2 and 2 together like that, Aaptor, that's the conclusion that, yeah, that's what you think could be happening.
And so it sounds like, didn't they say that one of the guys that jumped Floon and Never Ember had a black snake tattoo? Did I hear?
Yep.
Yeah, that's so we're in the mix here, guys. We're picking sides in this one.
So it sounds like the Zentarum possibly have Floon.
Maybe. Zentarum doesn't necessarily mean they're all thugs. They're just, not the.
Well, I'm not judging.
To do business.
Yeah, but they're the last. It seems like they're the ones that jumped Floon and Never Ember. So.
Well, that's
Rich
whatever. Group with the snake.
Kidnapped.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah, and like the barkeep said, that he mentioned the flying snake, and so did Zoblob with the flying snake tattoo on the guy's neck, and basically down there on Candle Lane, there in the dock ward, in the warehouse, the warehouse district part of the dock ward. Yeah, there's a sign with a flying snake, and that's a place that he's never been to, because he picks up his other rails and stuff from the ships that come into the harbor. But he's seen the same types of gentlemen down there hanging out, and he's not going to turn their money away. So, but yeah.
Greaves is going to go ahead and relay what he saw earlier with the various signs that there was some type of turf war type thing.
Well, does Greaves, do you have any in with the Zents? Do you know their signs or anything like that? Because I'd like to get into that warehouse without having to fight for it. You know what I mean?
What would I do to, I guess, check for that, Dave?
What check for?
Whether
for
I know
Zentarum?
the signs, because I personally don't know.
If you're not part of the Zentarum, you wouldn't know what their type of thieves' cant would be. Their equivalents of like symbols and markings and stuff. You wouldn't know that, but like I said, there was regular thieves' cant back in the alley. Well, at the intersection where you saw the dead bodies, and they were basically just claiming this as their territory. Well, but you can definitely know, putting everything together, all of you guys definitely can tell that there's a war going on between Xanathar's guild and the Zentarum. So, but I will tell you this, you guys would know that, well, I would say, Serafina, you would know that the Zentarum is a very powerful network. The Zentarum, it would be here just in Neverwinter. Well, not Neverwinter, but Waterdeep. So you would think that if there's going to be an all-out war, Xanathar's guild probably wouldn't have a chance. But then again, they're having some either turf disputes or wars for something. You guys have no clue what they're fighting over, but as of right now, you think it's probably turf because of all of the other thieves' cant and stuff that you had actually seen, Greaves, back in the alley where the other, where the bloodshed was.
So
Hey,
would it
Murdoch,
make sense
good to
to
see you.
reach
Hey,
out to
Friesman.
the Xanathars at this point?
Well, we got to check out that. I think time's of the essence here. If these guys were kidnapped, that'd be great. If they were murdered, well, it's too late. They're already dead. But if there's any chance of finding them alive, we got to go fast. And we need to get into that warehouse.
I agree. I think the hostage situation requires our attention first.
I mean, Thieves Guild kidnapped 2 rich guys. Probably hostages, but I don't know.
Well, not to mention, Rainier is the son of the former Lord of Neverwinter.
Yeah, but Neverember's, he's not in town anymore. He's nobody.
Yeah.
They kicked him out.
Yes, you guys know that their Neverember decided to go back to, because he's originally from Neverwinter, which is to the north of Waterdeep. So the Jewel of the North. Now he went back to help because of the spell plague. Mount Hotenal erupted. Basically, Neverwinter was destroyed pretty much, and it's been 30, 40 years since then. So it has been rebuilt some, but Waterdeep was in good shape. And so Lord Neverember, he decided to go back to Neverwinter and help basically put Neverwinter back together. Well, when he left to go to Neverwinter, all of the other Mass Lords of Waterdeep and basically all of the people in charge of Waterdeep under him basically ousted him and basically said, you're not in control of Waterdeep anymore because you left to go back to Neverwinter. So they saw that as a sort of something like a condescending move by the Open Lord to go back to another city to help rebuild it. Why aren't you here, putting your time and effort into Waterdeep where you're already at? So they ousted him, and now he's not in control anymore. But his son is still here, which, I mean, could be dangerous for him. I mean, it's just, yeah.
Because, even though he's not, the Lord of, he's still a Lord, meaning he's got money, meaning, ransom, and they want this money.
But
not to mention, it sounds like they kind of gambled and they won all this money from those dudes, so just saying.
Saying.
Let's go see if we can find their bodies out back, or maybe they're tied up still in the warehouse. And Dantes, drains his ale, tosses it down.
Let's hope they're still alive. I'm sure they're worth more alive than they are dead.
Yeah, probably.
So, the warehouse district is just several blocks away from here at the Skewered Dragon. So as you guys, finish up your drinks, finish up your pretzels in the bowl, you make your way down, and here it is. It's definitely nighttime by now, and as you guys are traveling through the slums, the alleys get a little narrower. There's not as much light coming from windows and stuff from the houses on the multiple levels of the buildings. So, these alleys, they get a little narrower, they get a little darker. It almost seems like you're in a dungeon, basically. And there's all kinds of, like I said, there's like crap and pee in the streets and stuff. So you smell that, and people hurling on the side coming from, one of the bars is called, the Gushing Eyeball. So there's a couple of patrons that are all hurling, fluorescent puke, basically. And, same here, all the street lamps have been smashed out, and you guys make your way to Candle Lane. And you're here, and this is the warehouse district. Now, all of the warehouses are closed, so there's no light here. totally dark. So who all are the blind people? As I look at our party sheet, and it looks like Dante's and Seraphina. You are the only ones that have dark vision. I think you do as well, Wookrath, don't you? You have dark vision as a Dragonborn, right?
Nope.
Dragonborns, they don't. Okay, so so the party sheet is right.
I was surprised too.
I thought that your Dragonborn did get dark vision, but I guess not. So, anybody have a light spell? Torch?
Don't need one.
Everybody's just kind of holding hands.
No, because I don't want them to step on my tail. I will pull out a torch, hand it to Wookrath, and light it with a tinderbox.
I already have a torch.
I'll get a little ahead of the group, and I'm going to stumble around, kind of acting like I'm just some drunk guy just trying to make his way somewhere as we approach the warehouse.
Sure. So you guys have a couple of torches lit. Take those off of your sheet. And your 2 gold as well. I know I'm being micromanaging DM here, and I appreciate it. But, I played D&D for a long time, and, I had a level 31 legit, level 31 classic cleric, and I still had, like, the same 7 days rations through 15 years of playing. We never deducted that stuff. I don't know why, but I guess that's probably why I do that now. Well, I appreciate it. So as you guys are carrying your torches, and you guys are staying way clear of Seraphina's tail so you don't step on it, you guys come to the area of Candle Lane to where there's actually one street lamp, and there are all these warehouses that are lined up, and there's all the signs, cogs, sprogs, or there's also splugs, plugs. There's all kinds of warehouses here, and you see this warehouse that has no name, but it has one of those swinging signs that's squeaking because there's a light wind that's going through the dock ward, and of course it's bringing all of those horrendous smells as well. So the sign that's kind of squeaking has the flying snake on the sign, and you guys are like, aha, that's what the bartender was talking about.
So I'm going to go up to the building, and I need to take a leak. So that's what I'm going to do, and just to kind of get close and maybe see if I can see a door, listen at the door, or something like that. All the while making it look like I'm going to drain the main vein.
All right. So, Seraphina, since you've had dealings with a certain organization, why don't you give me an intelligence check in the tower, if you wouldn't mind? I said warehouse, guys. I didn't say whorehouse. Oh my gosh, very nice. Yeah, you as soon as you see that flying snake, that symbol, and since they've been talking about Zoblob talked about a flying snake, and now the bartender, you know that you've seen that before with Zentarum agents. So you know that this has something to do with the Zentarum. Because you just have that aha moment, the light bulb goes off over your head. And you're like, holy crap, we're like invading the space of the Zentarum. And you're like, man, this could get a little hairy for us. That's what you're thinking. I knew you'd like that dragon bait. Splugs.
I think I know how to approach this. Yeah,
Sure.
We're fine. We're good. We can totally approach them as friends, saying, "Oh, that Xanathar guild. I hear you could use some help getting rid of them." Okay, that's my idea. That's where we're gonna go. Sure.
Yeah, and this on Candle Lane, these warehouses are usually they're just one story, but the warehouse that has the sign with the flying snake, this is actually a 2-story warehouse.
I'd like to scope around like the side.
Do I hear anything at the door?
There's no one standing guard or anything like that. And Greaves, I think you said you wanted to kind of maybe check out things around here. You don't see anyone. There's no one on the street. It's completely dark except for your couple of torches that you guys have lit, and also that one street light.
Okay. I'm in the shadows, so no light on me. But is there any sort of I guess exterior staircase or something that goes up to the? You said it's a 2-story warehouse.
It's the only 2-story warehouse on Candle Lane. And why don't you give me a stealth check in the tower as well, as you're kind of sneaking around, or so you think you're sneaking around. Thanks for subscribing, Doc. I appreciate it, man. Thanks, Josh. Totally appreciate it. Nice. You're stealthing around. You're not making a noise. You're thinking, "Wow, I'm nailing it here." And basically, this warehouse, it has a fence that's going. There's small little alleyways between each one, and this warehouse is kind of all set a little bit further back than just being right on the edge of Candle Lane. So it's on the outer yard, and there's a fence that is in front of the warehouse. So it doesn't and you're using the shadows. I mean, you're totally nobody sees you. No lights have come on. Nobody said, "Hold, who's going there?" or whatever. And you can tell that the gate is not locked, Greaves. And you see that there's 3 entry points. There's a front door. There is a large warehouse loading door, probably like this is where they bring the wagons and everything else that they store inside. And there's also a window that looks like it's been painted over to where you can't see inside. And it looks like those are probably going to be
You cut out there.
Okay. It looks like the 3 major points that you saw was the front door, the large warehouse loading door, and then the painted over window that you had seen. So it looks like those would be the 3 main entry points for you. And on the front door, you notice that there's like a sliding peephole, where somebody would open up and say, "What's the secret password?" or whatever, and then slam it shut, So yeah, you see that there's a sliding peephole in the front of the main door.
And you said the gate doesn't seem to be locked.
No, the gate doesn't seem like it's locked at all. And in fact, why don't I give you guys a map? And here it is. And, yeah, and I'll uncover this for you guys a little bit. So this is you can see there's the gate. And as I uncover it, there you go. And I'm going to put your tokens here as well. I know, Greaves, you're going to be basically about right here. And this is dark as well. So Dante, there's you. Aeptor, the Bugbear, which is actually a Furbolg, Seraphina, and Wookrath. So you guys can go ahead and put your tokens where you would be in relativity of the map. But that's what you guys see. This is going to be the big main door here as you kind of zoom in a little bit, and you'll see that's okay, that's the big warehouse door where the green arrow is. This is going to be the front door where you see the peephole where the next green arrow is. And the last arrow that I'm putting up towards the top, this is the window that's basically been painted over. So you can't see inside of this place. And then, of course, that's the fence that's kind of between you and the 3 entry places. But those look like the only entry places that this place has.
How tall is this fence?
All right, guys, I'll get us in. And I'll take a swig of my brandy and cast false light.
Your flask O brandy.
Oh yeah.
I think you're the first player that's ever said they're drinking brandy. Usually everybody's drinking vodka or whiskey.
I don't know. He's a sailor. I just, I thought brandy fit. I don't know. Maybe it should be rum.
Oh no, I like the brandy. Brandy's okay. Scotch? Yeah, I've had a few Scotch drinkers too.
Another one. Jeez.
So it looks like Dante has given himself some temp HP.
Dantes, what are you thinking?
I'll get us in there. And I'll stumble up. I'll stumble through the gate up to the front. I'm acting like I'm totally wasted. I still got the brandy out.
Sure.
And I start pounding on the door. Sarah, I'm sorry, baby. I love you. I love you. Let me in.
I'm gonna
Who?
quickly
What is?
Sorry, Sarah.
before he does that.
God. Okay.
You gotta forgive me, baby.
Hey, Upter, the fence, to answer your question, is about 10 foot tall. But the gate was open, so, Dante just walked right in. It was unlocked.
Okay.
I saw that he was fine, and I ran right into the corner before I knew what he was going.
Well, hopefully it worked as a distraction at least.
Oh boy.
Well,
that's what he's doing. He's pounding on the door.
what is the name of the girl that you're crying
asking
to?
for Sarah to please let him in.
Sarah, that's it,
And
Sarah.
he's so sorry.
Sarah. I'm going to have to listen to. I used to like that song back in the 80s when I was a kid.
Oh, man.
Sarah. Oh. I'll have to listen to that. In fact, I might even close the stream with that song tonight.
Dante screaming and crying up for Sarah to come out scarred me for life now.
I'm sorry about that.
Sarah,
I'm still thinking about it.
Don't date any girl's named Sarah Hornswoggle.
Okay.
The next time he meets a girl named Sarah, he'll think of this. He'll think of the game that we're having tonight. He will, yeah. So as Dante has run through the courtyard, started banging on the door, asking Sarah for forgiveness, you see Seraphina, she runs to the corner, and so Apter, Greaves, and Woocraft, you guys can go ahead and take a movement, because nobody is answering the door. Everything is just quiet.
I'm good where I'm at.
Okay, so
debating,
did you basically close the gate again, right?
Oh yeah, I closed the gate behind me.
Okay, so you guys are behind the gate, so they can't see you. So why don't you give me a perception check in the tower, Dante, and you can also give me a perception check as well, Seraphina, and put that in the tower. Oh, Dante's, you dog with a crit. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you had a crit. So basically, you can, as you're knocking and crying out for Sarah, and putting on an Oscar-winning performance, you can actually hear some scuffling around or some scrambling around going on behind that door. It's not. You can definitely hear it though. You could definitely hear it as you're doing your screaming and your performance. So you did hear some ruckus, that's for sure.
So I'll look back at the guys and kind of point at the door to try to signal.
Yeah, the other guys, they shut the gate on you. They're like, screw this guy. He's gonna get us killed.
I'm assuming they can see through the slats or whatever. And I'll stop for a bit and take another swig of brandy and just kind of puddle on the floor there, just kind of slump down and try to listen more keenly and wait, see what.
Yeah, you wait, you hear it, and then all that scrambling and ruckus going on behind the door stops, and it goes quiet. No lights come on, but I mean, you can't see inside anyway. But even if there were lights, I mean, you could still see, through the cracks of the door and the splits in the door. So, but there's absolutely no light at all inside of this warehouse.
Any way I could get this door open? Okay.
You very gingerly, try
to
open it up.
Over it. So I kind of pull on the handles and stuff.
It seems like it's locked. It does seem like the door is locked. The gate wasn't, but that door, because it has sort of the little thumb button that you would kind of pull down and then open it up, it's locked. But you did try it very gingerly. There was no trap or anything, no crap like that. But it does seem like it's locked.
Okay, sorry. I will stumble over to the other door and try that one. And again, to call out for Sarah again to please let me in. And then I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. Sarah, please, baby, you gotta believe me.
So I would imagine that Greaves, I see you starting to move closer towards the door. Are you going to try to unlock this? Because I would imagine, I would imagine, Dante, you're kind of given the get the hell over here signal and get this goddamn door open look to Greaves, I would imagine.
Yeah, I give him the symbol or the try to signal that it's locked, and he probably sees me pulling at it.
Yeah, he sees you pulling at it anyway. But it's not like you're pulling it, making a bunch of noise. I mean,
no.
Yeah, you're just checking it.
Just checking it. And then if this door's locked as well, I'm gonna stumble, and I'll fall a couple times, but I'll stumble over to the window
just in case they're looking at looking out of the peephole at you or something like that.
Dude, just crash through that one. Just crash right through it.
Well, he's at the door. The window's up there where the green marker is. So
yeah, is this door locked too?
That door, yes, that door is locked as well, and that's the one that has the sliding peephole. The little door that you're at now, Dante's.
So I'll put my face right in the peephole and start talking.
Well, it's closed, but you're talking through it, and but nobody's answering the door. But you did hear stuff going on.
You remember when we first met, baby? It was so beautiful.
I can just see your wife looking at you in the background, just shaking your head.
I'll open the gate.
Thank you for the follow, Ego Busta. Thank you. All right, so you can open up the gate really gingerly, Wookrath, and you can go into the courtyard as well. So I see our tiefling. She's going around to the side. You see no windows or anything like that, Seraphina. Is there anything you're looking for in particular, or are you just getting out of the way from the exploding fireball that's fixing to happen?
Right, that too. But no, I do want to go ahead and look around the rest of the building and see if there are any first level windows or maybe another back door or something else.
Nope, there are no other windows except for the 3 entry points that you see in the front, past the gate. And as Dante's giving his Oscar-winning performance, you have enough time to kind of quickly rush around the entire building looking for other entry points, and you don't find anything.
Okay, good to know. So then I'll just, while they're over there at that entrance, I'm going to check this door over here and see if...
That's actually a painted over window.
Oh, the painted, okay.
Yep.
So
but it looks like you could...
the inside or the outside?
It's painted from the outside, and the paint's on really thick. There's multiple layers, but it does look like you could possibly use your thieves' tools, your blades and stuff, and cut and open the window. It does look like you could do that.
I would love to.
All right, so why don't you give me a thieves' tool check in the tower, and also if you wanted to do the same thing, Greaves, to that door, both of the doors, the double door warehouse door and the door where Graves is at, Dante's at with the peephole, those, you can pick those locks. So if you want to do that,
does thieves' tools ever use a stat, or is it just like no stat and you're
let's see. Yeah, you can actually create a skill. So on your character sheet, let's see if you have thieves' tools. You do.
I started it, but when it comes out to stat, I'm like, is it a stat based or is it? Not stat-based?
It is dexterity based. Yep, it would.
Okay,
be.
so then
it looks like you've got it right. Yeah, looks like you're good to go. Did you take a double proficiency in that or anything? Which it's not going to matter with that roll anyway. So, yeah, you're able to really, really gingerly and quietly successfully get that window, the paint cut where the crease of the 2 windows are, and you can basically take your tools and whittle it, and yeah, you get the window open. You pop it open, and it doesn't make a sound, and you're kind of looking back at everybody going, thumbs up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, as she's lifting it up, that's when Dante's kind of starts wailing a little louder.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Try to cover things, the noise that might be happening.
That's good.
I did have a question about that. When he was doing a perception on the door and he heard scuffle inside, could he see any light in there at all?
No light. No light at all.
I just heard.
Yep.
It's just noises.
Instead for me crying out for Sarah, I'm gonna say FBI, open up.
You want to just smash the door? You can do it with a strength check if you want. The door doesn't look like it's very sturdy at all.
No, they're picking it. Don't do that.
You have the option. Oh, he could get just tired of waiting.
Get over here. We need you.
Fluffy Bear, the Furbolg. The Furbolg, Fluffy Bear. Yeah, you guys could kick in the door. You can just use brute force and, pull it off the hinges. You could, you do whatever you want.
I imagine like this. I try to kick it, and then my foot slides, and my head bangs right onto the door. That's what I'm imagining.
Give me a strength check, young
I want
Wukla.
Big Fluffy Bear to do it. He's stronger.
Oh, Big Fluffy Bear? All right. I don't see him moving, though. Fluffy Bear, are you there?
Fluffy.
Okay, I wasn't sure who he was talking about. So,
I guess he wants you to ram the door open. So why don't you give me a strength check if you want to ram the door open?
so I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna tell the Dragonborn that let's see what these stealthy types can pull off here for a minute. Just hold.
Fine.
I love it. So, do you want to try to open up that door, Greaves, or because
I would
Seraphina
like
she gives you thumbs up that she's got she's got the windows opened up. So, if you want to give me a thieves' tools check in the tower, which door do you want to open, the double door or the single door?
I would like to go for the single door.
Okay.
Where is that in the skill?
It's your thieves' tools will be on you'll have to create it, and it will be on your skills tab, and you'll have to create it, like I said. So
Greaves, I'm in front of the single door with the viewport making a scene. So I think they might not be in front of those double doors if you want to try those. Does that make sense?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said I'm in front of the single door making a scene.
Gotcha.
And so I'm trying to distract them there. So I think you've got a better chance of not getting in, not detected on the double.
I changed my mind. I want to break the door.
You're tired of this stuff?
So as Greaves is fumbling around with his thieves' tools and stuff as we're making his skill, I made your skill for you. It's down there at the bottom. And don't forget, when you get your proficiency, I think at level 2, you can do double proficiency with like thieves' tools and stuff. So you guys will need to read that for level 2. But give me a strength check. So yeah, as you're fumbling around with your tools, you basically drop them, Greaves, because of your roll. Because I guess you were just getting a little nervous because you could hear the Furbolg and the Dragonborn getting a little impatient behind you.
They're all like coming up on me.
Yeah, and Aeptor, he just kind of pushes you to the side, and your tools just go flying everywhere, and he just busts the door open with his kick. So yeah, and then of course you got Wookrath yelling, FBI, open up! And the door just goes flying off of the hinge, and you guys can see inside of the warehouse. But you can't see really anything because it's pitch black. So that's where we'll go ahead and we'll end it for tonight. So sorry for keeping you guys a little bit late, but it was a hell of fun tonight. So did you guys kick open the double door? I guess the double door. So yeah, we'll pick up next week as Wookrath and Aeptor, they just kick the door open, and you guys are going into the warehouse. And
while my window is completely silently open, and I'm gonna crawl them through there.
Sure.
Like, peace out, boys. Y'all distract everybody while I look for the survivor.
Sure thing. So that's where we'll pick up, and we play for the next 6 or 7 weeks. So I'm really excited about this. And tonight was a blast, everybody. Great game, and I'll see you guys next Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern. So
awesome.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep. Thanks, everybody. Tonight was hella fun.